Episode 17. It's a cold winter's night, and everyone across the city is probably enjoying some festive holiday events or something. But not us. We've got work to do. We have no time to play with the purple ball. Is anyone really playing with the purple ball? Why did I see that in the bottom left? You used to be able to spawn in, well I guess you still can spawn in like a huge version of this ball. Don't remember how you do it. I'm pretty sure the purple ball just spawns in like whenever someone does something randomly that they don't intend to do and no one is actually trying to spawn in the purple ball. That poor purple ball. So lonely. Anyway, we're here to do work. For the expansion, Renegades. What's our next quest step? Is it even like on the screen? Or are we actually done at the tower? Just had to report to Zavala? I think that was it actually. Oh. Right, the portal. I guess yeah, we have to use the portal. So this would be the new location then. Okay, this might have been the only time we come to the tower during the story. So the rest of it is going to be over here, I guess. Seems like it. Dorsis and a dungeon. Was there like a dungeon in Edge of Fate? There was a raid. Don't think there was a dungeon though. We had like an exotic mission, but not a dungeon. I probably would have included the dungeon in my videos if it was like easy enough to do. Solo. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to this during my videos. I guess we'll see. First, the story. The introductory mission was pretty good, I think. Introduced a lot of characters like the key players and gave us some good vibes about what everything was going to be like with all the Star Wars stuff. Don't think we saw too much like new gameplay stuff though. We saw like the new shields and the new faction, I guess. Which is still just the Cabal plus some extras, I suppose. And on top of that, the huge AT-ATs. Or were those AT-STs? Whatever those walker things were. But nothing really major that changes our gameplay, I guess. Although there was that one pulse rifle with the overheating. I think that was new. Now we're using this SMG though. For now. So what is this place? Narcissus? Like physically, where is it? Because Kepler was something like sort of outside of the solar system, slightly. And most of the other locations in Destiny before this point were like the major planets surrounding the solar system and all that. And other locations like within the solar system. Where's this though? Is this Mars? This looks like Mars, Martian architecture from like Destiny 1 even. This is sort of why I don't like the portal, because it just doesn't really help with understanding where we are in the world. I like the destination screen better, like when we had planets and everything. I mean, we still have these here, but we don't have the new stuff here. Pretty sure it's Mars though. Oh, we actually got like other players here, unlike on Kepler. I guess they had to like solo instance Kepler because it was like a Metroidvania or something. Collect. What am I collecting? This? We collected some rocks? I don't know. Oh, whatever. But yeah, I guess this place is open to any online players, I guess. I guess for an online game you'd prefer that as a hub. Oh, they got like a... Oh. Oh, I see. You can get like the armor through buying it like at a store here. I kind of like this better than just like random drops. It feels like this kind of thing was missing from Destiny the entire time now that I'm seeing it for the first time in-game. Just like any other MMO, you can just like buy armor at a shop or something, but I don't know, it's just such a minor thing, but it feels like you're missing out on something, some quintessential part of an online video game if you don't have like buying armor at a shop. If it all just drops through RNG. Not that this is gonna like turn anyone's opinion around on the game or anything, but it just feels like more like in-world, I guess. Rather than dropping through weird engrams that I don't understand how they work. This one's looking good. This is just like a random NPC. I can't believe it has such great fashion. How can I get a hat like that? Is that like Warlock only? I think we just have like some random cool looking NPCs around because that would like, it would make sense, right? It's sort of like that problem in Final Fantasy XIV where everyone other than player characters look like they belong in world, and then the player characters have all this weird fashion that's completely different from NPCs, which sort of makes sense because player characters are adventurers and they look different because adventurers are adventurous. But Destiny populating the world with characters like this that kind of blend in, but for the most part are, well, like that one over there. They can be pretty crazy looking. They don't really belong anywhere else. It just feels like they're properly fleshing out the world with characters that sort of mirror player characters. And I guess the idea of this place is that it's like a gathering place for those types of characters, like the real adventurer types. And I know a little bit about this place from like the promotional stuff. It's like a gathering place for like a bunch of weirdos, right? Well, people that won't really bat an eye at seeing Vex or Dregs or Cabal or whoever else gathering here. It's like neutral ground. It's pretty interesting, and I feel like we were kind of missing this sort of thing. I'm saying like the same thing again, but we're missing this kind of thing, this sort of meeting of aliens, up until now. Maybe it could only happen now in the story because everyone was at war up until this point with the Witness and all the other factions and whatever. But you never really got a sense of like how the aliens interacted with each other than shooting at each other. Okay. I guess that's enough toying around. Let's get on with the story. The cantina. This is decidedly not jizz. The music, that is. At least I don't think it's jizz. Maybe jizz is like more loose than I realize. I guess I can only think of the one song, the Cantina song. Don't really know what other jizz songs are out there. Pretty chill though. I like it. So yeah, also from like promotional stuff, I know that there are different factions around, and I guess we'll meet them later. They're blocking us off for now. It's cool though. Got like the Cabal stuff, the Vex stuff, and the Fallen stuff. If I approach... What is approach here? The Vexer guards you. I will run the numbers, they say, but there is no outcome that lets you pass. Very fun. Yeah, this was also something from the previous expansion. Also another thing that I felt like the game was missing until they added it from the previous one, but very important that they just have random NPCs you can talk to, I guess, for an online video game. The Piker guard lasts before you can even ask enter. Absolutely not, go away. Har. And this guy. Whoa, looking cool. The sentry looks you up and down. No, they say. You lack clearance and acclaim. You'll not enter. We lack acclaim. We're famous. We saved the universe. So I guess I could have been any other guardian out in the world. It's pretty equivalent. But in our version of the story, we're the most important one. Sidle up.
You and Arnor make a pretty good fire team, hero. Even if you did use my face as a barricade.
I did.
Now that we got that Imperium disk in hand, we're gonna need more than one hard-headed praxic to decrypt it. We're gonna need the local crime syndicates. I've got some irons in the fire with Spider for an intro. Fellow miscreants like that only respect two things: money and blood. We'll get you set up on building a reputation for yourself out here on Tharsis, gaining leverage on the local miscreants. But as the 9 weapon, there's something you gotta know first. I know I sold you on this job as a scam on the Imperium, but you heard on that ship what I've known all along. The 9 are backing the Imperium at the top. They surprised me with that junior dredging, but they're pulling his strings too. I've had the same nightmare since Kepler. A vision that runs and smells and tastes on repeat every time I close my eyes. And in my heart, I know the threat. If I don't do it, they hurt her. Back on that ship.
Oh, an interesting, cutaway. Not surprising they have the technology for that.
Bale knew me as a dredgen. Heard stories of the sad old days and wanted a close-up look. Thought that was all there was to connect us. But there's more. A couple months ago, I had this vision. Didn't know if I was cracking up or what. Because when I came to, I tasted granite and battery acid. And I knew it came from the 9. Today, that same voice spoke through Bale. Never gonna get that taste out of my mouth. Just listen before you judge, all right? They told me.
Attend my exegesis. Eschaton is coming. I am informing you of your path because futurity dictates now is when you are informed. Little mannequin of flesh and fear, not made to see your end. The outer perspective widens. We know your binary option. We know the 0 you choose. You will relinquish your insupportable burden and know peace. Join the Shadow. Raise his tools against what wronged you. Banish the light. Save yourself from forever. Blinded, small thing. Freedom lives in the foreordained. One heart within your body, one without. Chains that bind your fate. Break them. Be free. Or the maze door opens needlessly to deep, grieved death.
Okay, that was cool, but I don't know what that cryptic bullshit means. Sound like they were trying to turn Drifter against us, or... I don't know. Didn't catch it. Did you get any of this? That guy's just there to serve drinks. The Drifter is certain that the 9 are involved with the Aberrant Imperium, controlling them through Bale. They've shown him a new vision, which he's about to share with you. No, he just shared it. I was hoping the text there would actually explain things to us. Like what that vision was. Oh well. Well, we know it's bad. The Aberrant Imperium, I guess. And it seemed like they were gonna do a Death Star on us or something. It looked like it. And then a war happens. We just know that's going to be bad with the 9 and everything, I guess. I like this. The big servitor in the center of the cantina. I guess it must be serving up like ether drinks for all of the fallen, and maybe other people. Can everyone else drink ether? Probably not. What does hitting the jukebox do? Will that change the song? Is it like turning on and off? Can't actually notice if the music is changing. Oh, I see. It just starts out slow. That's why. I think this is different. It's actually playing nothing. Okay. Alright. We can enter now, right? What's this? They're like appearing and disappearing? I know I have to talk to this guy, but I can't get the prompt to appear. Stand here. No? This is a problem. I think we found a bug. Oh, this guy's got a gun, or a sword. not a gun. Okay, so it is a sword. So yeah, it's just like nothing new. But it is also an exotic and like a special version of the sword. Swords used to be just, I guess, heavy, I guess, but then they added like in which one was it? The most recent big expansion, I guess. The final shape. They added a single, or at least I think only one, special ammo sword for a different slot. And now they're adding another, I guess, this Praxic Blade. So nothing like as a new mechanic, but just like a new archetype for that sword. Or a new sword in that archetype. Did reloading this, like, fix this? I guess we didn't reload it, we just teleported. Well, it fixed it. Or it just wasn't standing in the right place or something. Well, he still says go away. Eleanor, help me get in.
Welcome to the new Mars. While the Vanguard was off fighting the good fight, the Syndicates took over. Now the only law on Tharsis is the gun on your hip and the light in your hands. You'll do well here. I don't relish doing business with these leeches, but we need to find out what the Dredgen are after. The only way to do that is by wading into the pond with the scum. Like the Syndicates, and your sleazy friend Drifter.
Keep the Syndicates in your gun sights, and take out their operatives across the system when you can. The more leverage we gain over them, the sooner we'll uncover the Dredgen's long-term plans.
That one is kind of interesting to me. She feels like a prequel Jedi, like the whole Jedi Order before they disappeared and all that. Like our help discovering newly emerged Dredgen Bale's up to, crime syndicates on Mars, assisting her in targeting syndicate operatives across the system to help discover their long-term plans. Sure. I guess we get to see like a bunch of new criminal factions. Drifter did mention Spider, and I guess that was our major thing for like interacting with aliens outside of shooting with them before all this. But Spider was really just like the one of the only ways of interacting with them. I mean, like, other than the factions that fell under the umbrella of the Guardians, and they slowly introduced more over time, I guess. I guess the first time you really interacted with the Fallen was in Destiny 1 with a few Fallen that were under Mara Sov, but that didn't really count, at least. It didn't really feel like they were aliens that you were talking to at that point. It just kind of felt like they were part of Mara's faction. Sparta was the first real time it felt like we were allying with a fallen faction, sort of. Then we got like Kaido and a bunch of other things that or a bunch of other factions that we eventually made friends with, including the Hive, surprisingly. Never really made friends with the Vex. I think this is like the first time we're doing that sort of thing. But the main thing about all of this is that this is sort of outside of all of the big faction war stuff. This is like small time stuff. So it feels like everybody's more free from all of those lines that are drawn between everyone, I guess. I like it. Drifter's ghost makes a beeline towards you, peppering you with rapid-fire beats from her modular armor. She shakes her shell back and forth as she seems to realize you don't understand. Damn it. All of that translation stuff that we got on Kepler doesn't matter here. A drifter might know how you can help. Been analyzing Imperium tech. There's an energy signature in it, and maybe an anti-light, or maybe anti-light in nature. And I Ghost Blue picks today to go rebel on me. Thought I'd been behaving lately too. She says she'd like your help, getting her voice back online. She lost it in helping me out a long time ago. Yeah. I think I read a little bit about Drifter's like past as a Dredgen or whatever. Only a little bit, like barely a little, like when he was first introduced, I guess. And like here and there. I could have sworn he destroyed his ghost or something, because he didn't like the light. I guess he was just like on bad terms with it. Seeing them now, they just feel like, I don't know, they're on good terms, but they're like a bickering couple or something. Do her this solid, yeah? She's never asked me for this. And I have some Kit Bosch parts around Tarsus. Oh, tape? I want to see the tape before I collect it. Don't just want to press square because we see it on screen. Unfortunately, I don't see it on screen. Fine, collect.
Hey there, hero.
Oh, was that the tape?
I'm leaving a few breadcrumbs for you, just in
Oh.
case things go sideways. I know what it looks like, dragging the crew into a knot behind Zavala's back. But you saw that vision the Nine sent me. It ain't just another bad dream. They were vague as usual, but I know they're threatening Eris, straight up. And you know how that sits with me. I can't change fate. Better to lean into it. That's what I learned on Kepler. So if I have to make some desperate moves out there, just know it's for a good reason. And I never meant to hurt any of you. Who's the hero now, Hotshot?
Okay, so when it said collect tape, I thought we were collecting tape for the ghost, like something to tape together. When he said like Kit Bash parts or whatever, it meant like an audio tape. Got it. Any tape here? You search the Tarsus merchant stalls for paracausal scrap matching Drifter's specifications. The armorers carry a collection of bleeding-edge personal protection and high-edge, high-tech processes. You discover a few discarded parts, remnants of larger golden age relics, long disassembled. You hear Drifter crackle over the comms. One more place to check. Heard there's a ghost colony in town. Okay, that's interesting. We're seeing like everything here. We even saw like one of Mara's cronies back there. Didn't know the ghosts had like their own part of town or like their own culture or whatever. Apparently they like gather around over somewhere here. Huh. Fancy that. They don't need these pillows, but I guess they demarcate where they float. You're not a ghost. Kind of fun seeing this. Welcome to the commune, Guardian. Barlow is at your service. I teamed up with a couple of solo ghosts such as myself to carve a space out here. Drifter got us caught up in your situation. There's quite a few of us out here. We all pitched in to get you some parts you can use. Drifter's ghost is a pro. With her voice back online, she'll get you out of whatever trouble you're in. Anyway, we've got to get back to searching. Yeah, I guess whenever they're like not searching for their guardians, they need some place to hang out, and I guess one of those places is here. Whatever they're doing here, some kind of a stage play or something. I'm glad there's a budget for this, a budget for just like fleshing out the world. Ever since Destiny 1, I always felt like the world didn't feel too fleshed out with just seeing... Well, I mean, the tower was beautiful, the skybox and everything was great, but you don't really get a sense for the characters and like the people around. You got a little bit of sense for that sometimes with like the people in the tower, but you don't interact with anyone like you do in other games. Like you don't do quests for people, you just did sort of bounties, and I guess later on they introduced things like quests, but it wasn't really the same as what we're doing right now. Just feels like the world is a lot more living, I guess. And I mean, it's not like that much stuff that they're putting in here. It's not that impressive. It's just that the effect is noticeable. It's important to have like little things like this. At least that's what I feel like. Insufficient credits. Steal ghost parts. Well, it doesn't tell me how much credits I need, so I'm pretty sure we have to steal it, no matter what. I stole. What are credits, by the way? Like, how do we get those credits? It's not Glimmer. I have some already, but I don't know where I got those from. Should I do this now? It's like available now. If they put it in our way, like on the way to get those parts, I assume they want us to pick it up. Let me talk to you first. You feel a paracausal flow in the air as you catch a light bearer staring your way. Their expression is unreadable under the helmet. They incline their head towards you ever so slightly. Vale is a pretender, they whisper. Not like us, not like you. Sorrow will consume him. If the 9 don't do it first. Yeah, I noticed Vale seemed pretty... Well, he didn't really have his act together. Kind of like a Kylo Ren situation in the sequel stuff. But I feel like it's not very... Well, I don't really know if that's going to be a very interesting villain compared to like a Darth Vader type enemy or villain, where the character sort of has their act together but they have their flaws. Just feels like he won't really pose much of a threat to us, other than like a physical threat. He doesn't really have a, what's the word? A theological threat? A philosophical threat? Like the cause that he fights for doesn't really stand on its own. There's a grim look on Honor's face. Her ghost, Bahagari, silently flips open a map of Venus. I need you out there. Imperium ships are en route to a Praxic temple, led by 2 trainee dredgens. Our temples house relics and information I cannot fall into their hands. End them, Guardian. Just go there, huh? Okay, sure. No, wait, that's the dungeon. Should I? I don't think I can do the dungeon now. What was actually like the release schedule? Was this something that came out later after like... After all of the other stuff came out? Because I'm pretty sure... Well, like it was with the raid over in the Edge of Fate. The raid would have released like 1 week later. And I'm playing this maybe a couple of weeks after this came out. I want to say this is something that I should do later. Considering it's not required for the story, I'm going to say it's like a... I previously thought they like put the quest in our way as a way of hinting that we would want to do it at this point in the story, but it's probably just something we want to do at any time, I guess. We going this way? This way. I also want to look out for any random characters we can just talk to. Oh, it's a spider. Okay, yeah. It makes sense he'd hang out here more than in the city. Does he still appear over in the city in that one area? Or can you even go there anymore? I don't think you can. I don't like this. I don't like when they remove areas from the game. It feels like it unfleshes the world out or whatever. The world becomes smaller. Just like content faulting. I am glad the spider moved here though. Feels like a more proper position for him.
What catches your eye?
Spider chortles low and gleefully as you approach. I've always liked Drifter's ghost, he says. She's the best thing about him. If she's finally looking to get her voice back, I'd be glad to help. For a small favor. Yeah, this guy, well, he has the ghost in his hand, like he's had for like years and years, ever since his first appearance. He eats ghosts, right? For whatever reason. Is it just like a weird hobby of his, or is there a point to it? Don't know if he can be trusted to help out a ghost, but I guess he's our friend. He gestures towards the dark corners of the den. My transport crews have failed me. I sent them into the Lawless frontier to bring back hard-won contraband. Hard-won contraband. If you'll venture out there, find my crew, and more importantly, my contraband, I'll make sure you obtain the ghost parts you need. Okay. Renegade abilities, so this is like one of the new gameplay things, I guess. Strafing run, call down an airstrike from your ship, damages and scorches hostiles. Guess we start with that. Revitalize, calls in a utility shank that heals and provides ability energy. So this isn't going to be like gameplay changes to us, it'll be gameplay for stuff that we get on the field, I guess. And I guess it falls into 3 categories: strafing runs, revitalize, and recon shanks. Does it just like upgrade the shanks, the revitalize, and the strafing run, or are there different options? Yeah, they do just like upgrade the existing one, become stronger. Okay, at least it's simple, I guess. That might not be like the main gameplay stuff then. Like, I guess the main gameplay stuff of the previous expansion would have been all of the dark matter stuff, which wasn't really that much. So, what are we doing? Welcome to the frontier. Trying to find where that is. Oh, I know we can just like start it from here. But I prefer to see where in world it is, or at least where on the map. I guess we're tracking this, yeah. Oh, I see. So right, this is the outpost, this is a dungeon. I guess this planet here is just for the dungeon, like everything else is going to be on Mars. No, wait. Hang on. What is this place? If it's not Mars, because it doesn't look like a moon, it's way big. Unless, wait. Scoundrels will deal clash and carouse in the lawless, on the lawless sands of Mars, so this purple thing here is Mars. And this is something later, maybe? And this is just like a different planet that's like way far away. What was that quest that we were given for Equilibrium? Did she say where this is? Probably not on Mars, right? Venus, it's on Venus, okay. So yeah, this is the weird thing. They have to like organize everything onto this one screen for the expansion, the Lawless Frontier. But it's just kind of, well, I prefer the destinations thing where everything is laid out just like by location. Helps you understand where you're going and where all the events are happening, if you're not paying attention like I am when they tell you where things are at. Apparently this is Venus. And this is Mars, and this is somewhere else. Got it. Kinda just mostly screwing around the cantina this episode. Fine by me. But I'm gonna have to remember how to get like thumbnails for this game, like to remove the UI and do all of that. I think I just have to press a button that brings out the ghost over and over again, and that
This is Honor.
removes
Don't
most of the
respond.
UI.
This is a one-way channel. Low profile, no bleed.
Sorry, I was talking over
Drifter
you.
might actually have a plan. The Imperium is scrambling, cauterizing loose ends on Mars and Venus. The data he stole has a secret that they don't want getting out. It's stored on his ghost, Blue. But it'll take time to decrypt, and tools we don't have. And it's worse. She can't speak. Spider wants to help us. He's willing to give us the ghost parts we need to repair Blue. But he wants us to track a lost courier of his in the Lawless frontier in return. Convince Spider that you'll play his game.
Thanks for recapping all of that. I was kind of wandering around the cantina and that outpost for a long time, so a lot of the story points kind of got diluted by that. So yeah, just do this over and over again, and I think that'll help me get a thumbnail.
I need you. Multiple syndicates are in conflict out here in the Expanse, killing for territory and resources. Very profitable disorder. Hazards come with the spoils, of course. I've lost contact with one of my salvage crews. If you'll track the flare, locate what that crew was carrying, I'll make sure you have the parts to help Drifter's ghost.
Utility Shank. Choose which renegade abilities to equip. Okay. Per run. Renegade abilities are powerful, limited use abilities that can be deployed tactically to change the course of battle. Renegade abilities must be equipped before entering the Lawless frontier. Renegade ability upgrades can be purchased from Spider or from Quartermasters in each Syndicate den when they respect you enough. Select Revitalize from the list. Revitalize is now equipped in the slot where your grenade ability resides. Okay. Use R1 to use abilities in this slot when Renegade abilities are active. Select Strafing Run from the list. Okay. Oh wait, I pressed Dismiss, but I guess they wanted me to Revitalize. There we go. And select Strafing Run. Strafing Run now equipped in the slot where your melee ability resides. Use R3 for Strafing Run when Renegade abilities are active. Which is normally, yeah, melee, I guess. Okay. Always ensure you have 2 renegade abilities equipped before leaving the cargo bay if you want to fight at your full potential. Oh, and in we go. Kind of a small ship. I mean, it just looks small because it's standing room only, barely. No, there was a bug there. Our character just kind of hanging out there in the air. So I guess they're introducing us to like this main gameplay thing here. Oh.
Apologies. Oh, apologies for the landing. Your Guardian regeneration is blocked out here on the Tharsis frontier. The Imperium's doing via their beacon tech after you escaped their flagship.
While in the Lawless frontier, your health recovery is disabled. Significantly greater health and shields, okay. Keep an eye out for healing orbs as you explore. That sounds like the same thing that they did over in the Necro, the Nether, whatever that thing was in a year ago. Might be hard to heal, if it's going to be like that. Renegade abilities are powerful, limited use abilities that can be deployed tactically, etc., we know this. It's R3, prepare the ability. You may press R3 again to cancel. What? This is bugged. I was thinking this was bugged from the beginning, but I'm pretty sure we're missing something here. It just kind of looked bugged when we spawned in on the floor there, and when I was trying to walk around it was very slow. And when I pressed that button it sounded like it should have done something like on screen, but didn't seem like it did. Well, I'm sure we can just skip through that dialogue by activating the ship.
Guardian, this is Honor. Don't respond. This is a one-way channel. Low
I think I do have to
profile,
wait through
no
this though.
bleed. Drifter might actually have a plan. The Imperium is scrambling, cauterizing loose ends on Mars and Venus. The data he stole has a secret that they don't want getting out. It's stored on his ghost, Blue. But it'll take time to decrypt, and tools we don't have. And it's worse. She can't speak. Spider wants to help us. He's willing to give us the ghost parts we need to repair Blue. But he wants us to track a lost courier of his in the Lawless frontier in return. Convince Spider that you'll play his game.
Okay, real quick.
Guardian, I need you. Multiple syndicates are in conflict out here in the Expanse, killing for territory.
No, we have to wait.
Very profitable disorder. Hazards come with the spoils, of course. I've lost contact with one of my salvage crews. If you'll track the flag, locate what that crew was carrying, I'll make sure you have the parts to help Drifter's ghost.
Okay, maybe this time it'll work. Or maybe there was nothing wrong with it the first time and I could have just continued. Just felt wrong. Well, our character's doing the same thing, so maybe it's gonna be the same result. Okay.
Apologies. Oh, apologies for the landing. Your Guardian regeneration is blocked out here on the Tharsis frontier. The Imperium's doing via their beacon tech after you escaped their flagship.
Is this intentional then? That we can't like see our UI, or rather see our gun and everything? Okay, press R3. Then the UI gets bugged, I guess. And press R1 to deploy Revitalize, I guess. This ability uses the same space as your grenade. Yeah, I see that in the bottom left. Once the Renegade ability has been used, your abilities return to normal. You can also bind the ability to R3. Oh, I'm not close enough. Well, I can't walk closer to it, I'm like stuck in this. Okay, there's our gun back. I guess it was just part of the tutorial.
I heard from the Drifter. You started a riot to escape the Imperium flagship. Now there are riots with every breath of ether in the Expanse. Behold, the glory of the Syndicate Border Wars.
Not an exaggeration. The syndicates are the real powers here, carving up territory on the frontier.
I'm not sure how to use my, hang on. I see. That might be a problem. The way they were talking about it, it's bound over the melee button. But every time I press the melee button to throw my melee thing, it's also showing me 0 charges, indicating it would bring up that UI that we just saw if I actually had charges. So I think I have to rebind things.
These decks are foot soldiers for the Tharsis Reformation. Each one possesses individual sentience. They're shrewd entrepreneurs. In time, perhaps we can get a few of them in our pocket. Find a way to leverage the Vex network.
Don't worry about taking a few of them apart. If anything, they'll be impressed with your gunplay.
Oh no. Yep, that's a problem.
Get respect out here.
See, I'm trying to throw the melee thing here, but it's bringing out this thing. How am I gonna do this? This is all because I rebound my controls, and now they're adding new stuff that is messing with my rebound controls. If I want to use the melee thing here, which was the strafing run, I'd have to do the melee. Can I do this? No, that's gonna be... Yeah, that's the healing thing. Because I also have melee on double tap of this. Just due to a weird way that Strand worked in the past, I had melee on double tap grenade, so that I could do some Strand bullshit with the way that melee worked on that. Don't really have to do it anymore. I think they changed things a bit, but right, I can't use melee. It doesn't seem like doing the manual melee thing that activates the Strand thing I'm talking about actually works for activating the strafing run. Okay, now it's vulnerable. And that thing. Okay, are we done? Can I work on my bindings?
No signs of my salvage Kindle. The flare is still active up ahead.
Controller? Button, yeah. Tactical ability, is that what this is? Because I have melee as... Well, that would be for the sword, I guess. Where's like my normal melee, or is tactical melee? Interact, vehicle, not that. Yeah, the only time R3 appears here would be light attack here, which could be melee, or this, which might be the melee ability. Well, it should be next to like grenade ability, right? Yeah, so here's grenade. Where's melee? Okay, here's auto melee. Okay, I didn't see this this R3 here. Must have missed it. So right, auto melee activates your energy when fully charged or otherwise does a physical. So like the bullshit that I was talking about was doing the whole the uncharged melee by doing double press this, which worked out for the Strand thing, but we don't really have to do it anymore. So what would be good for... Well, we can worry about this later. The main thing is this tactical thing. We want to put on something else. Something that isn't being used right now. How would this have worked if I didn't have these bindings changed like from the default? Because they would have designed this new tactical thing to be not intrusive with the original stuff. There should be a button that I can press that won't interfere with anything. We gotta use triangle for swapping, we gotta use circle for all of this junk. Squares for reloading and alternate weapon action. I could make it long press of R3. Not too sure about that. R1 is of course our grenade. I could make it long press on grenade, I maybe like that better. Don't like L2 or R2 being anything, in fact it has to be hold for both zoom and fire. It makes more sense. I guess the X button, I prefer having that for the super. But there is a reality where I can, well, we can test that out. Let's put this on long press for tactical. And our super is ready. If I hold this down, nope, I use the super. Oh, that's not even activating the tactical thing. Wait. Like, with our super run out. Well, I can melee now, at least. So it is a tactical thing, but it's not working. With the long press. I didn't really want it on super button anyway. Can't believe how this episode is going. I screw around for more than half the episode over in the cantina, and now we're just kind of doing button bindings. But that's the experience. Oh wait, it reset. What? Oh no. Oh no, wait, I didn't change the button. I only put it onto long press for melee. Oops, forgot to change that. Well, now I can't test it with the super full. I guess it'll happen in the middle of battle when I find out, but we can now do this. I have like a little paddle on the back of the controller, which is much easier to press than the X button. So I can easily hold that down for this thing. And now we can also do this strafing run. Would have been nice to test that out during the first fight. Okay, so it goes like sideways, I guess. Interesting. Must be pretty strong if you only get like 2 of them. And I guess it recharges, but not like on a timer. Okay, very slow start to this. I had to like reset, even though I didn't have to do that. I thought I did. Then I had the whole binding thing, but now we're actually playing the game. Hopefully I can finish this little mission before we run out of time for the episode. Yeah, just like the Nether, I guess. Right, it's just a tutorial.
My filters are showing residue from shock rifle impacts. Pikers took out my crew. Shame there's no Elixir solidarity here on the frontier. And still no sign of the cargo. I can't relinquish these ghost parts without it, Guardian.
Drifter's ghost is heavily modified. She's an amalgam, patched with parts from other dead ghosts. Whatever effects that modification produced makes her unique. We need her back in play.
Never know if the interact button is going to trigger like a new set of dialogue, so I always feel like I have to wait.
Ah, Guardian, my heart surges to see you so cherishing of my kinfolk. Do remember to secure the cargo.
I don't hate SMGs. I think I just prefer sidearms because they have a bit more punch to them. Does that? Okay, it does deheat while in our other slot. You can press square to like manually deheat it faster. Or cool it would be the name. But I guess there's like a strategy for just letting it cool in the background if you don't want to waste time reloading. It does take a while though. There are probably guns that are better at reloading like while holstered. Oh, okay. Yeah, those will be a big problem for limited revives. Does strafing one work inside this? At least the enemies drop these healing things way more often than in the Nether. Hopefully that's not just for the tutorial. 30 minutes for collecting cargo. Hopefully we get that done faster. The episode's almost over. Oh, I see. We drop it when we sprint. What if I do this? Good. Probably should have saved that for something farther away, though. Can't double jump, can't sprint.
Looks like the Totality Division wants to know if you have anything to do with the ruckus out here. They're a Baron Imperium unit. Closest thing to law enforcement in Tharsis. The word on the street is they're in business for themselves. Just another syndicate wearing Imperium bloomers.
Oh, that was the wrong one. I'm healing then. Alright, try that again. Melee. I guess I should get some healing. Nope, it's gone already. It kind of takes a while, so it's kind of hard to justify using it. I guess it leaves some fire on the ground. I know it gets better. I'm just not feeling the power immediately. Okay, right, the cargo. Surely the 30 minutes wasn't just for that, right?
I've taken the liberty of installing a robust assault response aboard your jump-ship. For any occasion that requires salvation from on high, it's a war zone in the expanse, I'll tell you. I marked an extraction point on your tracker. Do as my salvage kit did, and signal with an exfiltration flare. Don't worry, I won't fail you like my crew failed me. Just keep that salvage safe.
I'm pulling records on the Barrent Imperium. They must have powerful resources to have total control over Mars and Venus.
I'm not too keen on having this be on hold. It just feels not snappy to wait on the hold. I'll maybe want to reconsider off-screen or something when I have time to actually look at the bindings a bit more in depth. Okay, that's a problem. I was trying to activate this thing. It activated both the super and the other thing, so yeah, we gotta change our bindings. A button would be good for this. I think we're just leaving, right? Extractable lockboxes are shared across the fire team. Successful exfiltration, exchange these for corresponding gear currencies, or rare rewards and deposit back aboard the Hawk. Lost if not deposited, or for bonus failed. Okay. We got it. We'll deposit it. I'll remember. I like that they were fighting each other there. Really sells the idea of the Lawless frontier if they're fighting each other. Well, as long as the enemies are standing still, I guess it's a pretty good ability. Damn. They really need to stop doing that. They can't put the kill planes like so high up that I can't recover with my grapple. Launch a flare to call for exfiltration. Stay in the vicinity for the countdown to continue. Okay. Once the Hulk arrives, jump inside and sit down. Completes if all guardians are aboard. The Lawless Frontier exfil will add an additional objective. Sounds fun. Yeah, when you're required to stand in a specific spot, having a short-range gun like this might not be very good. Oh, I'm not standing in it. Or am I? I guess I was. The healing ability is probably pretty good here. Considering you have to stand still, and everyone is going to be in the same spot. Nah, don't have any more of that. Used it all. Oh, that's fun.
If you're ever looking for another payout, I'm glad they've broken that arrangement.
And there's our end to the syndicates. Outstanding. Without the Vanguard's help, we'll need assets wherever we can find them. Good work, Guardian.
Okay, there's only a small taste, a little tutorial. Gotta work on the bindings, but it seems like that gameplay loop can be fun. Get in there, get the thing, and extract. Probably more fun in multiplayer, obviously.
The expanse is flooded with transmissions. Drifter's ghost has a line on bail. Totality Division has spotted the false weapon, and Dredgen hopes flock in Thorses. Lord Bale, unleash me. I long to show them what an Eclipse-powered cuirass can do. Leave that to 6 at Nightfall Station. I need you overseeing the station's completion. Deploy your legions. Sounds like the Imperium's looking for you. Oh, the intimate conversations is slithering to out here. Wishing you many happy returns, Renegade.
He did it. He said the thing. Okay, and that's it for that. Wrapped up kind of nicely this time. It would have wrapped up more nicely if I didn't quit out and go back in. My mistake. Just seemed weird. Okay, so this will be our base of operations. I think I'll like that. Yeah, we can always like take a break over here in the cantina. Or anywhere else that seems like it'd be nice to chill in. But the cantina seems the most friendly. Even if it's not actually that, it's filled with criminals that want to gut you, I guess. At least it looks nice. They got like some nice couches here. No, not that. Not that. This one. Yeah. A nice place to settle down on our own couch and take a nap. Now would be a good time to take a break.